All right, thank you for staying with us. It's time for us to move on now to some other parts of the show. Dumnodi Okonta has joined us, and Dumnodi will be taking a look at domestic football. The Falconers are in the news, the Globe Premier League games to be played tomorrow, the Federation Cup draws were made today in Abuja, and a whole lot of issues to talk about on the domestics in Dumnodi. Good to have you join us on Sports Tonight.
Good evening.
Yeah, we'll come to you in the next couple of minutes, but let me just quickly run through a few stories very quickly. I want to start with the maiden edition of the private secondary schools talent on table tennis championship. Private schools table tennis championship that got concluded a couple of weeks ago. It held at the Kelly College, Agidingbi, Ikeja. But we talked about this because Dumnodi, an avenue for us to move up and begin to discover table tennis talent. We talked about the efforts that the Table Tennis Federation is making, and it's good to see that schools and private bodies are also beginning to imbibe this culture of discovering table tennis players right from the schools.
That will take us away from the video games culture of our students.
I mean, that culture is heavy.
It's heavy.
Video culture.
Games. In the past, we use table tennis as we play
as our pastime.
As our pastime, we can play it on the floor. We use even soccer ways, those benches and everything. And if you see people play those table tennis, then you'll be amazed. But I think it's a way of trying to get in private concerns into it. The government is doing one part, the federation is doing another part, but the pressure should not be on the federation alone. They have their part. They should focus on the elites.
The picture of winners.
They should focus on the elites. Why this grassroots, they at the lowest level, should go to the private sector. At that level, when we have this coordinating system, then we can have the best of table tennis players in the future.
And of course, we must commend Prince Wale Atiba, who was the brain behind these schools, Takwa High School, Starfield College, Landmark College, Kelly College. All of these schools participated in that talent hunt, and of course, you can see that winners were also handsomely rewarded. Let's move away from table tennis and talk about badminton as well. The Lagos Sports Classics are back, and badminton features very prominently. We talked about this yesterday, and we want to tell you that it's on. It's starting tomorrow. Nigerians, South Africans, everybody raring to go. And I think this is also something that Dumnodi said should take away the computer games. I mean, this guy likes computer games.
Even FIFA,
PS,
recognizes the power of computer games. What their FIFA World.
Okay, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the
FIFA World Cup, interactive World Cup as well.
Let's talk about the badminton. Okay. But it's good that this is also happening, Dumnodi, and attracting players from outside of Nigeria as well.
I think what the Lagos State, Lagos State is doing is you have 10 sports. You are running international classic, and badminton falls into these categories of sport where you have the big players from South Africa, you bring from countries even in Europe, in South America, even Africa to take part and challenge. Nigeria is not among the best badminton playing country in the world. Badminton goes to fight Asia, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore. These are countries that play. Even Korea, at one point at the Olympic, you see that they start making an arrangement, start even fixing badminton at the Olympic. So I think what they're doing, this is a way of trying to bring back some of the sport that we could have comparative advantage. We have the facilities and we can run. It's not a big deal to get a badminton. It's like getting a lawn tennis court or getting
table tennis court.
Even you can use indoors
to do it. But top players, I mean, we have been told that 14 countries, players from 14 countries within and outside Africa will be taking part in the Lagos Badminton Classic that will be starting tomorrow at the Mobolaji Johnson Sports Center, Roe Park in Lagos. So that's a good one. Please go encourage the players and let us see how much of an impact they will be making with events like this. We'll go on a quick break now. During the break, we want to bring you something from Making of Champions. Bambo Akoni went to the Bahamas, enjoyed himself so much, was traveling around the world. He really enjoyed himself, and he returned to Nigeria yesterday, but he's a little fatigued. But then he sent us this material, an interview with Professor Pitseladis, the sports science expert, who is speaking about how Nigeria can return to the glory days. We'll take that, and when we return, we'll talk domestic football on Sports Tonight.
I believe in a population of the size of Nigeria, you have all the ingredients from a biological perspective that you need.
Okay.
And my research up until date confirms that. So your biology is not going to be different to that of the African Americans or the Jamaicans. Whether it is superior to the rest of the world is still not a confirmed answer. I'm saying I don't think it is better than the rest, but I could be wrong. Either way, Jamaica produces the best sprinters in the world. The US has produced the best sprinters in the world. Your genetics are going to be similar to theirs. So if it's not superior than everyone else's, at least it's going to be as good as the best in the world. So that you can take for granted that they have the right genetics as a population. You have the population where you could find individuals with the right genetics. So that is, you take for granted, that's the case. What now is required is, because you don't have a wide base of individuals doing the sport, you need to create that over time. That takes a long time to get masses to take part in sprinting. That's not going to happen in a day or two. But if you need to produce results in an Olympic round of, say, 4 years, you don't have a lot of time, so then you need to almost find a shortcut. The shortcut is using science to help you identify those individuals who in Jamaica would have been identified only because they would have come from the pyramid, from the base come to the top. There's no pyramid in Nigeria, so you need to use science to identify them. Once you identify them, and you then create the environment for them to train well, which is not going to be all that difficult, you could do it. So what you really need is a good talent identification program to identify those talented kids, then to look after them. And while you're doing that, that could be the fast track process. In the meantime, you're developing the base as well. Because
Thank you for staying with us. It's time for us to move on Sports Tonight. Dumnodi, let me just quickly read through a few stories for you around the women's game. Talk about the Falcons and talk about the Falconers. The Falcons have been told by Mr. President that they must go to reclaim our African Women Championship title in Namibia. But let's talk about the Falconers now. Nigeria's under-20 women national team, the Falconers, will depart Abuja tomorrow for Accra, Ghana, for an international friendly against the Black Princesses of Ghana. That's what they call them, the under-20 team, women's team of Ghana. The Falconers will play 2 games. They will play on Friday, the 6th, and then they will play on Sunday, the 8th of June. It's part of friendlies to prepare the team for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup slated for Canada in August. So we wish Peter Dedewo and the girls the very best of luck. Now, let's come back. Dumnodi, the Federation Cup draws were held today in Abuja, and we're expecting that the Federation Cup this year will be better than what we had last year.
Well, that should be, I think it should be better, but the draws were made. No venue, because no venue. No venue. So the team just don't know their opponent, but they don't know where they are playing, where they will play the draw. Because this is the round of 6. The rookies are out. Some of the rookies are out, but the rookies have been brought into the draw, and these are selected fixtures. Some of the big high-profile fixtures.
Okay. Let me run through the fixtures, very quickly. Kwara United against Sharks of Port Harcourt. That's a big fixture. Damburan against Warri Wolves, losing finalists last year. We have Gombe against Police Baton, Gateway against Kano Pillars. Massive. Aqua against FC Abuja. Remo against Bayelsa. We have Dolphins against Ingas. Wiki against El Kanemi. Abia Warriors against Mafara. Sky Academy against Plateau. AS Racine of Lagos against FC Taraba. Lobby Stars of Makodi against Tornadoes Feeders. ABS of Ilorin against Giwa. That's a massive game as well. Insurance of Benin against Sunshine. Nasarawa United against Young Elephants. Bright Stars against Crown. Kaduna against Leopards. Dalhatu against 3SC. These are some of the fixtures for you from the round of 64 selected fixtures. Enyimba, defending champions against Sokoto North. CBN Cashless against Nembe, Heartland of Owerri. 2-time champions will be taken on in the recent years against Ebonyi United. These are the fixtures for you of the 2014 Federation Cup selected fixtures of those games. Tomorrow, midweek matches in the Globe Premier League. Dumnodi, you've been keeping track of some of these things, and I'm sure you can take us through.
Well, Academy Warriors against Kaduna United, that game is going to be for 2 p.m. They will do the first game. Kano Pillars against Sharks, another big game.
So players are back to Kano?
Yes, they're definitely going to be back to Kano because if the academy game is for 2 p.m., the Pillars game is for 4 p.m. So the second match at the Kano Pillars Stadium in Sabongeri. Sunshine against Atlant, one of the fixtures. Abia Warriors, Lifeline against Akwa United. I think that game is going to be live on cable TV. Nembe City against Nasarawa United. We have Dolphins against FC Taraba. These are fixtures for tomorrow midweek. Rangers against Lobi, Giwa Crown, Warriors against Bayelsa, Southside Derby, Eyimba against Gombe.
These are massive fixtures, midweek matches in the Globe Premier League. You can trust us that by the time we are back tomorrow, we'll be giving you a lowdown on all that has gone down around those games on Sports Tonight. But for those of you who have been asking us questions, we want to find out who are the top marksmen in the Globe Premier League. Let's just quickly run through for you the top scorers in the league. We have Osagona Igodaro of Rangers on 9 goals. Adamu Mohammed of Gombe on 8 goals. Bola Salami of Warri Wolves on 7. Bright Ejike of Atlant on 7. Aruna Babalo of Gombe on 7. Peter Ebi Mobowe of Bayelsa also on 7. So the strikers are scoring goals. And we hope it stays this way because the sponsors want more goals. And the goals are beginning to come in as well. All right, that's the much that time we allow us to take. Tunde, thank you for your time on the show. Your prediction, Nigeria-Greece, quickly.
Nigeria-Greece, I see 1-1.
1-1. Another draw. That's match fixing. What do you see?
Another match fixing, 2-0.
2-0 for Nigeria. That's what Dumnodi did. I want to go with Dumnodi. 2-0 for Nigeria. Enjoy the rest of the night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching Sports Tonight. It's Tuesday. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.